I need a rolling stool for my shop in my garage, and you all know I'm too cheap to go out and buy one, so I'm just going to build one. I'm going to start by taking this old box apart. See, because I'm going to make this entire project out of scrap stuff that I have laying around. You know, this is one of those stools that you use for, you know, the lower projects, stuff like that, when you're working on your car or whatever. You know, something that I can sit on with wheels, so I don't kill my aging back. And this is the process I'm using. If you've been paying attention, you can see that I'm recycling an old wooden box into the parts that I'm going to need. I've also got these really cool casters that I think I took off of an old cart that I found in a ditch one night. I think these ought to work pretty well for my wheels. And they're basically going to just go through these 2x4s just like that. But I need to mark them, get them all sorted out here first, get it all lined up the way I want it. And once we get everything squared up and I get everything marked the way I want, you'll see that that's where I'm going to drill my hole for my wheels. Look at that, I got to set on this side too. Pretty cool. So let's get that done. Yeah, pretty simple here. We're going to drill 4 holes. And with all those pilot holes drilled, it's time to go ahead and use the actual real drill bit here for the proper size of those caster bolts. There's my holes. Pretty simple. Matching set on this other board as well, as you can see. But I'm going to go ahead and countersink all these so that my washer fits in flush. And for that I'm going to use this forcing bit that I happen to have that, again, just happens to be exactly the right size for this project. Perfect. With all my holes countersunk, my bolts, or rather the nuts that will be going onto those bolts, and my washers will be, you know, below the level of the board, and they'll be much more secure that way, and they won't be in the way. And you can see that washer fits in there perfectly. And then, yeah, I'll just take that caster and this nut right here and just kind of screw it in here from the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and get this put together. There you go. There's one set there, all ready to roll. Just got to put the washers in there and the nuts on there. And as you can see, like I said, I want everything flush below the level of the bolt. Depending upon how I set this up, might help. So there we go. Got all those attached. And with the casters on those 2x4s, the rest of this goes together pretty easily. Okay, with the basic frame done, it's just a matter of getting myself up off the ground here a little bit and having a spot for my platform to sit on. And for that I used a couple 4x4s I had lying around the shop, and you can see those attached pretty well. I've also got this solid board here that's got a curved edge on one side, make it kind of neat. You can see that there, so I won't, kind of gives it a little bit of a distinct feature there. And with everything screwed together, this little guy is just simple and solid and should work perfectly for what I have in mind. Now, I will add a couple other features here. I think I'm going to put like a little rack or basket back here, but that'll come after I go ahead and throw some type of paint on it. But other than that, I really like how simple this project has been. Flat gray primer hides all defects and gives this little bench or stool a uniform look. And it's time for a little bit of artistic design. Okay, well, anyone else who was a child of the 80s, you can go ahead and chime in on this color scheme and throw in the comments below exactly where I got this from. Either way, I think it turned out pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show you that little basket I put on there on the back. Just mounted that with a couple staples, air staples on the back. It's pretty solid. It'll serve its purpose, you know, holding some gloves or some tools or something like that. Nothing small, because it obviously, you know, little things will slip right through that. But overall, I really like it. Worked out perfectly. Nice little project. It'll be perfect for my garage and shop. If you enjoyed this video, or if this project gave you any ideas, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up like. I also try to reply to all comments, both good and bad, so feel free to leave all those in the area below.